record, now you will be able to see that this is being recorded in your system. Okay, is everyone able to see that? This video is getting recorded.
Yes, sir.
Okay, so if this will come, if this doesn't come, that means I have not put it on record. Okay, so sometimes you can remind me. Normally, I don't forget to put. Okay, so okay, so now here, so we're going to start with Indian Contract Act 1872, and this is for CMA Intermediate June 2022 attempt. Okay, so this will hold good for both your old and new course. Okay, Contract Act is there for both. So both the course for your old and new course for law is very similar. There is some very minor difference. Okay, only minor difference is there. So about, you can say, 10% difference is there. That's all. So most of the acts are same. So this one, for example, is the same. So absolutely the same. So now I'll show you, because you all are in the old course. Okay. So I'll just show you the old course pattern. Okay, so there we are. Now this is your old course pattern. Okay, syllabus structure. So section A has commercial laws. It has 5 laws. Okay, and expert level is expected of you in section A, right? So there is a basic level, there is an intermediate level, there is an expert level. Okay, expert level means you should know it quite well. So this is 30% of the weightage, which you can say is 30 marks. Of late, anyone who has given the previous exams, okay, they would know that these weightages are not followed properly. ठीक है, तो पिछला एग्जाम आपने दिया होगा तो आप देखेंगे कि जैसे अगर फॉर एग्जांपल कमर्शियल लॉस 30% दिया है, यानी 30 मार्क्स का पूछा जाना चाहिए, करेक्ट, बट क्या हुआ है, 20 मार्क्स का आ गया, 25 मार्क्स का आ गया, कहीं और ज्यादा हो गया. सो नाउ बेसिकली द थिंग इज you cannot afford to leave many things, okay, because what the institute is doing is it is not following these weightages properly. Okay, it is following the syllabus. Okay, nothing comes out of this. Okay, this is being followed. But if it says that corporate laws is 35 marks, it can even ask for 50 marks. Okay, so which is why you do not know which one will have more weightage. So which is why you have to study as much as possible. Okay, okay, so now, so in commercial laws, see here, this industrial laws, the second one, okay, it has got some industrial laws. This is very interesting also and comparatively short as well. Okay, so this will be more interesting. Of these, commercial laws will be the most boring. What we are studying now is going to be the most boring. Okay, so we've tried to prepare notes for you by highlighting proper things and all that, so that it will be easier for you to study. Okay, so you would have seen in the first part of the notes which I have given. So very soon I'll give you notes for entire Contract Act. Okay, and when we'll go to the next act, Sale of Goods Act. Once that is completed, I'll give you a combined notes for Contract and Sale of Goods Act. That's how we'll go forward. Okay, because from the old notes, I just have to pick it up. I'm just trying to remove whatever is not important. Okay, trying to make it more simpler for you. So which is why I'm giving you class by class notes as of now. Okay, but going little forward, I'll be giving you chapter wise notes. Before the chapter, you'll almost have the entire chapter notes. Okay. Chaliye. So industrial laws will be interesting. Corporate laws is very important for final as well. Okay. You have one subject, 100-mark subject in finals of corporate laws. So this is important from a base point of view as well. This is also reasonably interesting, you can say. ठीक है? ओके, ये भी इंटरेस्टिंग है. लास्ट है एथिक्स. ये बहुत छोटा सा पार्ट है, इसके लिए आपको 10 मार्क्स दे दिए गए हैं. तो इसमें कम से कम 6 to 8 मार्क्स का तो पूछ ही लेगा. ओके, यू विल हैव 6 to 8 मार्क्स एटलीस्ट इन एथिक्स. ओके, सो दिस इज वेरी स्मॉल, सो वर्थ डूइंग. इट्स गुड वैल्यू फॉर मार्क्स. ठीक है, तो ये 4 हमारे सेक्शंस हैं. फॉर नाउ वी हैव टू वरी ओनली अबाउट कमर्शियल लॉज. हम करेंगे कैसे ना, मैं बताता हूँ आपको. तो जस्ट कीप इट इंटरेस्टिंग ऑल्सो. विल मिक्स इट अप अमंग द सेक्शंस. ठीक है, सो कमर्शियल लॉज वी विल डू कॉन्ट्रैक्ट एक्ट एंड सेल ऑफ गुड्स एक्ट. ओके, एंड विल लीव द अदर 3. देयर आर 5 एक्ट्स इन. ठीक है, बट विल डू कॉन्ट्रैक्ट एंड सेल ऑफ गुड्स एक्ट, एंड देन वी विल मूव टू इंडस्ट्रियल लॉज. ओके, इट विल कीप यू इंटरेस्टेड. ठीक है, जैसे इंडस्ट्रियल लॉज खत्म हो जाएगा, ओके, then we will move to corporate laws. We'll complete industrial laws fully. Okay, then we'll move to corporate laws, complete it fully, and then we will come back to finish the remaining part of commercial laws. ठीक है, और ethics को बीच में कहीं कर देंगे. एक ethics, I think in one big class of 3 years, whole ethics will be over. Okay, so this is how we are going to target it. Okay, fine. Right. Hello, Lakshman. So you have been able to join, I think, now. Okay. Have you joined with another mobile or?
Same mobile, sir.
Same mobile. Okay. So there was some net issue, I think.
Due to net.
Joined from a long time.
Yes, sir. Okay.
Okay. So actually, if you try to join at the beginning of the class, you will be able to join quickly then.
Okay, sir. Okay.
Try 2 minutes before the class. Okay.
Okay, sir. I am
For
trying from
anyone
half
who
an
is-
hour onwards.
Yeah, yeah.
Okay, sir.
For anyone who
Yes.
is having a problem in joining, join little early, like 2 minutes before the class. It will be easier. For those
Okay, sir.
who don't have a problem, it's fine. You can join in it. Okay.
Okay, sir.
So you all can join anytime in the class. Okay. That's not a problem with me. Only thing is that if you're joining in between, then please don't disrupt the class. Okay. Because you would not know what I have taught before. So if you ask some questions or something, we might have spoken about it. Correct?
Okay,
So,
sir.
right? If you join in between, so my request is don't disrupt the class. Okay.
Okay, sir.
Fine. So that is it now. So let's now start with Indian Contract Act 1872. Okay. So now you can see 1872. So it's a very, very old act. Okay. This runs into the British period. Okay. See, this Contract Act actually is a major act. Okay. Contract Act was formed in 1872. Okay. 1872. Okay. And this act got broken. Okay. Later on. First, the Contract Act was one act. And later on, okay, you can just say there were 2 parts to it. It was broken into 2 parts. Third part was the Contract Act itself. So all contract related provisions were there in Contract Act. Okay. And it was broken into Sale of Goods Act. Okay. And Partnership Act. Indian Partnership Act, in short, Partnership Act. So this means that earlier when Contract Act was formed, okay, all these provisions were in the Contract Act only. Okay. तो यहाँ पे मैं ये बता रहा हूँ कि कॉन्ट्रैक्ट एक्ट जो है, देखिए 1872 का एक्ट, ब्रिटिश पीरियड का एक्ट, ठीक है, बहुत पुराना है ना. 1872 यानी तो बहुत ही पुराना है. सो सारे कॉन्ट्रैक्ट, सेल ऑफ गुड्स और पार्टनरशिप के प्रोविजंस इसी में हुआ करते थे. फिर इसको टाइम के साथ सबको सेपरेट कर दिया गया। 1932 में आपका पार्टनरशिप एक्ट बनाया गया और ये 1930 में। तो ऑलमोस्ट विद इन 2 years ऑफ ईच अदर ये दोनों सेपरेट किए गए। ठीक है, दीज टू आर सेपरेटेड विद इन 2 years ऑफ ईच अदर। Okay, so this basically what happened, it broke off from the contract act, right? So now after sale of goods is like only commercial transactions, this was broken off, and partnership transactions were broken off, remaining remained here. Okay, so this was little bit of history of the contract act. So now in please be on mute everyone. Okay, so right, so now what are we going to study in contract act? Okay, what is the main purpose of our studying the contract act? We are basically going to study these things. Okay, we're basically going to study these things in contract act. Okay, so now first thing here, what we're going to study is essential elements of a contract, offer and acceptance. Okay, the first thing is offer and acceptance. So each of these points we are going to study in detail now. Okay, so let me just read this through. Okay, void and voidable agreements, consideration, because each of this is a big part for us. At least 2 pages part we'll study for each of these. Okay, so which is why at this stage let's not go for any uh, understanding of this. Okay, next is legality of object. This we will study. E-contracts. Okay, constraints to enforce contractual obligations, quasi-contract contingent termination and discharge of contract. This is almost towards the end of the chapter. You will get this part. Okay, and then special contracts, which is indemnity and guarantee, bailment and pledge, law of agency. This is also towards the end. This G and H almost at the end, you can see. Okay, so now first, what did we say? Essential elements of a contract, offer and acceptance. This is what we are going to study. Okay, fine. So these are the 8 things which we saw just now. Right, first thing is essential elements of a contract, which is offer and acceptance. Okay, so we'll talk about offer and acceptance. Just before that, okay, so law relating to contract in India, okay, was in the has all law relating to contracts, okay, is in the Indian Contract Act 1872. So as of now, what we are saying, this Indian Contract Act 1872 is basically the broken one. Okay, this contract is after your Partnership Act and Sales of Goods Act have been broken. Okay. Okay. So fine. One moment. Fine. Okay. So now, so law relating to contracts is contained in what? In the Indian Contract Act 1870. So main points of these are, okay, main points of these are, it is based on the English common law. Okay, so most of the laws of India are based on the English common law. The structures. Now, it doesn't mean that we have picked up full thing. We have picked up the structure and we have changed it to suit our conditions. Okay, but the structure has been picked from there. So based on English common law, it extends to the whole of India. Earlier, there was a distinction between whether it would apply to Jammu and Kashmir or not. Now it is a union territory. So all these acts now extend to the whole of India. Okay. And what it shows is, what does it show that we are seeing here? Shows when promises made by the parties to the contract shall be legally binding on them. Okay. So the thing is, the main purpose of this act is to separate your legal contracts and only socially binding contracts. Okay, so these are the main things which we will see. Okay, so now okay, so let us see now, take an example. Okay, let's say you have got A and you have got B, two people. Okay, A and B are two people. Now A says, A tells B that I'm ready to buy 100 kgs of rice from you. Okay, he says, I am ready to buy 100 kgs of rice from you at a price of ₹1,000. Okay, and B accepts it. Okay, so here, okay, this is a commercial contract. Okay, which means that these two are dealing with some commercial item, okay, mercantile item, okay, and there is transaction in money. So this is a contract. Okay, this is a binding contract. So what is an agreement? Okay, now agreement, okay, when we talk of agreement, you have two things. Okay, so agreement, okay, can have, एग्रीमेंट के अंदर क्या आते हैं हम देख रहे हैं. ठीक है, सो एग्रीमेंट जो है, ओके, कैन बिकम कॉन्ट्रैक्ट्स और मे नॉट बिकम कॉन्ट्रैक्ट्स. यानी हम बोल सकते हैं कि ये कॉन्ट्रैक्ट बन भी सकते हैं, नहीं भी बन सकते. एग्रीमेंट्स कैन बिकम अ कॉन्ट्रैक्ट, might not become a contract. Both are possible. So now the example which I just gave you, that the person is trying to buy rice, paying ₹1,000. Okay, that is agreement. To start with, it is an agreement because it is enforceable at law or enforceable by law. You can say at law or you can also say by law. Okay, same thing. Because it is enforceable at law. How would you know that it is enforceable by law? Okay, easiest test is, if say tomorrow one party is making a default, can the case be taken to a court? Will the court admit the case? If yes, then it is enforceable by law. If no, it is not enforceable by law. ठीक है, ठीक है. तो सबसे इजी टेस्ट क्या है इसके लिए कि एनफोर्सेबल है कि नहीं. अगर आप कोर्ट में केस डालते हैं, डाल सकते हैं, कोर्ट एडमिट कर रहा है तो एनफोर्सेबल, नहीं कर रहा है तो नॉट एनफोर्सेबल है. So I'll just give you one more example here of not enforceable. Okay, let's say there is a husband and wife. Okay, ठीक है. So the husband, before going to office, he promises wife that he will buy a bouquet. ठीक है, बुके क्या होता है? गुलदस्ता. ठीक है, husband promises wife that he will buy a bouquet when he comes back. लेकिन वो भूल गया. Okay, but he forgets. ठीक है, तो obviously if he forgets, wife will get upset or angry, जो भी है. ठीक है, इसको निकाल देते हैं, एक मिनट. ओके, सो वाइफ विल गेट अपसेट. ठीक है, वो तो हो गई. अब मेरा क्वेश्चन ये है, क्या वाइफ कोर्ट में जा सकती है ये बोल के कि इसने मुझे प्रॉमिस किया था कि ये गुलदस्ता लेके आएगा लेकिन नहीं लाया. ही प्रॉमिस्ड मी दैट he will get a bouquet for me, but he did not bring. Can the wife go to court and ask for damages of 10,000? Let us. ये बताइए, क्या ये हो सकता है? आपको क्या लगता है? What do you think? Is this possible? So wife, if wife goes to the court, will the court admit the case? ठीक है, वो जीतती है हारती है उसकी बात नहीं कर रहे हैं. ओके, नो, एलन, नो, ठीक है। एनीवन एल्स, एनी अदर टेक? क्या लगता है आपको? बोलिए, पार्टिसिपेट, नॉट अ प्रॉब्लम। यू कैन इवन टाइप इन योर, if you are shy of talking, you can also type in your chat, या आप लोग अपना अपना अनम्यूट कीजिए और बताइए, ठीक है। तो आपको समझना जरूरी है कि हम what क्या प्रेमिस लेके चल रहे हैं, ठीक है, क्योंकि इसी को हम बिल्ड करेंगे ना आगे। विल बिल्ड दिस। सो जस्ट टेल मी, so can wife, if wife goes to the court, will the court admit the case? The question is, ठीक है। The answer is no, the court will not admit. Okay, court will not admit. So I got only one answer from Ellen. Okay, that court will not admit the case. Why? Because it's a social obligation. Okay, he said he'll bring a bouquet, right? So it is nothing mercantile. So he has not taken, any work from her, or okay, anything which is legally binding, such kind of thing, that he was now legally bound to give a bouquet. Okay, so for his love, he's giving a bouquet, that's another thing. Okay, but he's not legally bound to do it. तो ये हो गया आपका, ये है सोशल ऑब्लिगेशंस। तो ऐसे एग्रीमेंट्स, एग्रीमेंट तो है, क्यों है? क्योंकि इसने बोला ना मैं लाऊंगा, बोला ठीक है, और इसने बोली ओके, ठीक है, तो एक एग्रीमेंट तो है दोनों के बीच, ओके, बट इट इज नॉट लीगल। ओके, तो इसीलिए यहाँ पे हमने क्या देखा, व्हाट डिड वी सी, दैट सोशल ऑब्लिगेशंस, एग्रीमेंट which are made up of social obligations, okay, will not constitute contract, ठीक है। सोशल ऑब्लिगेशंस है तो क्या होगा, won't constitute contract, ठीक, okay। So here now next thing is like this the contract act came into effect on 1st September 1872। ये उतना important नहीं है आप लोगों को डेट, ठीक है, just remember the date of the act, that is sufficient, okay। 1872 is the year of the act, उतना याद रखिए तो बहुत है। ये 1st September you do not require, okay। It applies to all contracts, all kinds of contracts, this applies to, except for partnership related contracts and sale of goods, which are mercantile contracts, ठीक है। तो चलिए, सो और एक चीज है कि जो आपका अगर जो स्पेशल एक्ट्स जो होते हैं, ठीक है, से यू हैव एनी स्पेशल एक्ट, फॉर एग्जांपल यहाँ पे यू हैव कॉन्ट्रैक्ट एक्ट, ठीक है, ओके। नाउ कॉन्ट्रैक्ट एक्ट ही मेन एक्ट था फॉर ऑल कॉन्ट्रैक्ट्स, दिस वाज द मेन एक्ट फॉर ऑल कॉन्ट्रैक्ट्स, ओके। so then you have sale of goods act, in short मैं सोगा लिखता हूँ, okay, sale of goods act, in short it's called as soga, okay, and it is next is partnership act, ठीक है। so if anything relating to sale of goods, you will have to go to sale of goods act, but if sale of goods doesn't have any specific provisions, ठीक है, if sale of goods act doesn't have any specific provisions, ओके, तब आप कॉन्ट्रैक्ट एक्ट में देखोगे कि does contract act have any provisions relating to that, then you can use it as second preference, ठीक है। so if there is a case relating to sale of goods or partnership, first go to that act. If some provisions are not there, this contract act was the first parent act, it might have many detailed provisions. If you do not have get relevant provisions, then you can go to contract act also, ठीक है। so you might have areas where आप सेल ऑफ गुड्स का ट्रांजैक्शन है, बट यू आर रेफरिंग टू द कॉन्ट्रैक्ट एक्ट फॉर इट, सो ऐसे ऐसा हो सकता है, इट इज पॉसिबल, ओके, ठीक है, चलिए, तो ये हमारा दिस इज योर इंट्रोडक्टरी पार्ट. देयर आर सम इंपॉर्टेंट डेफिनेशंस, ओके, in your contract act, and we will go through that now. Okay, first one is proposal. Okay, so acha jo the English act, contract act, okay, it uses the term offer. Okay, it uses the term what? Offer. ठीक है, इंग्लिश, जो इंग्लिश कॉमन लॉ पे बेस्ड है ना, हमने बोला था, राइट, वी टोल्ड दैट इट इज बेस्ड ऑन व्हाट? इंग्लिश कॉमन लॉ. ओके, so English common law के हिसाब से, so entire contract act is written there, and we have actually taken the whole thing from there. Only what we have changed is certain conditions which are different. Okay, so the way it has been written, that we have not changed. Okay, तो इंग्लिश कॉमन लॉ में कॉन्ट्रैक्ट के लिए ऑफर वर्ड यूज होता है. आपने भी ऑफर पढ़े होंगे, यू माइट हैव स्टडीड इट इन योर बीकॉम एंड ऑल. ओके, और फाउंडेशन. ऑफर, ठीक है, ऑफर वर्ड इज यूज्ड इन इंग्लिश कॉमन लॉ. इन इंडियन कॉन्ट्रैक्ट एक्ट, ओके, इंडियन कॉन्ट्रैक्ट एक्ट, the word proposal is used. Same thing, denotes the same, और बिल्कुल जहां जहां ऑफर है वहां वहां प्रपोजल है. That's all. Okay, wherever there is offer there, here we have used proposal. So exactly as a replaceable word. So in Indian Contract Act, the word proposal is used. English common law, offer is used. ठीक है, but whatever we study, इसमें कई बार we use offer also. ठीक है, आप you can use offer also, उसमें कोई, there is no problem with that. Okay, ठीक है, तो this is the thing. So चलिए, अब ये definitions हम देखते हैं one by one. So these are actually the premise or the base of this act. Proposal क्या है, ठीक है, तो ये देखेंगे क्या बोलता है. ठीक है, इसके जो ये है योर सेक्शन, सबसेक्शन एंड ऑल दिस यू नीड नॉट रिमेंबर, दैट्स ओके. ठीक है, तो आप इसको प्रपोजल इज सेक्शन 2A, एक्सेप्टेंस इज 2B, वो सब यू डोंट रिक्वायर. ओके, यू शुड जस्ट नो दिस कि व्हाट इज दिस. ओके, सो व्हेन वन पर्सन सिग्निफाइज टू अनदर, ठीक है, इसको एग्जामिन करेंगे, विल एग्जामिन इट, हिज विलिंगनेस to do or abstain from doing anything. ठीक है, with a view to obtaining the assent of that other to such act or abstinence, he is said to make a proposal. चलिए इसको भी dissect करते हैं. Let's see what this is giving us. Okay, यहाँ देखिए same definition हमने यहाँ पे, we have just put the same definition. Okay, here. So here, what does it say? So let's see. Okay, so here, chaliye, what is proposal or offer? Okay, so first thing is when one person signifies to another. ठीक है, यानी सिंपल वर्ड्स में एक पर्सन दूसरे को बता रहा है, कुछ कुछ बोल रहा है. ओके, when one person signifies to another, when one person is telling other person either expressly or implied. Okay, so when one person signifies to another, here see, in we have shown this in big font. What? Why? Because it's very important. His willingness. Okay, one person is showing his willingness to another person. What willingness of what? To do or to abstain from doing anything. Okay, so he is saying I'm ready to do this or not ready to do this. Okay, so when we talked about buying rice, that was willingness to do. Okay, to do, it came under to do. Okay, in certain cases what happens, there is a contract to abstain from doing anything. Okay, if there is, say, a pen manufacturer, Reynolds pen. Okay, and if in the same place Rotomac pen comes. Okay, and then Rotomac can tell Reynolds, okay, I will not sell my pen here, you give me this much compensation. What is Rotomac saying? I will not, मैं नहीं बेचूंगा. So it is abstaining from doing anything. Fine. Okay, so this is called abstain from doing. So contract can be positive or negative, to do or not to do. Okay. So one person is showing his willingness to another person to do or not to do anything. Okay. Why is saying, what does he want? He wants a yes or no from him, correct? Right? He wants what? A yes or no from him with the view to obtaining the assent. Assent means agree or disagree. Agreeing is called assent. Okay. With a view to obtaining the assent of that other to such act or abstinence. Okay. Assent is different from accent. ACCENT. Accent is people of various states, they speak, pronounce the same words differently, correct? That's called an accent. So accent अलग है, ये है accent. हिंदी में बोलते हैं हामी. Okay. So with a view to obtaining the assent of that other, he is said to make a proposal. So इसको आपको short में हमको बस देखना है कि one person, okay, he is signifying to another person that he is willing to do or not to do. Why he is doing that? To get his assent. Okay, then it is a proposal. That's all. ठीक है. यहाँ पे if you now say A is one person and B is another person. Okay, so A is now approaching B. ठीक है. And he's saying that I will, A saying I will do or I will not to do something. Okay, and what does he want from B? He wants the assent of B. Then it is proposal. That's all. Okay, so this is called a proposal. First one. Now second definition is very easy. It stems from this. ठीक है. तो इतना सब जो इसने किया है, ये सब जो किया है, ये सब बोला है, तब बी का एसेंट मांगा उसने, करेक्ट? तो बी क्या कर सकता है? यस और नो बोल सकता है. ठीक है. अगर यस बोला, अगर बी ने यस बोला इसके लिए, वो हो गया एक्सेप्टेंस. ओके. इफ बी सेज यस, दैट बिकम्स एक्सेप्टेंस. Okay, so let's now see here acceptance. Okay, when the person to whom the proposal is made, okay, person to whom the proposal is made signifies his assent thereto. Okay, proposal is accepted, and when it is accepted, it is called a promise. Okay, promise from A to B. No, promise from A to B also and from B to A also. Promise is both ways. ठीक है. So जब proposal accept हो जाता है, उसको बोला जाता है promise. It is called a promise. Okay. Whenever the word promise is used, you can understand that offer and acceptance has happened. Okay. So this is your acceptance. Okay. Now promiser and promisee. ठीक है. Person making the proposal is promiser, accepting is promisee. ठीक है. So that means here in our example, A is promiser, B is promisee. Okay, fine. Okay, so three things we have seen. One, we have seen proposal. Okay, so this is, this is the very beginning of the act, so you should know these definitions. Okay, later on, if you can just write in your own words, that is fine. Initial stages है chapter की. Okay, if you can learn this, it's well and good. Okay, okay. So the person is signifying to another person his willingness to do or abstain from doing anything. Why? To obtain the assent of the other person. That is a proposal. What is acceptance? The person to whom the proposal is made, if he signifies his assent, okay, the proposal is said to be accepted. यानी if he said yes, proposal को आप ऐसे ही याद रख सकते हैं. The acceptance you can remember as, if promisee has said yes, it is accepted. ठीक है. Then who is promiser? He is promiser, he is promisee. ठीक है. Okay, चलिए अब agreement. Now again in agreement, ठीक है, here यहाँ पे will write, okay, this is A and this is B. ठीक है, ओके, A is giving a, he is offering something to B, ठीक है, the proposal का definition we have seen, so yes, is proposing something to B, okay, and B has accepted the proposal. चलिए यहाँ पे लिख देते हैं yes, so B has said yes, ठीक है, so this has become an agreement, ठीक है, और ये बन गया promiser, he is promisee, okay, और whatever he has said and he has accepted, that is become a promise, ठीक है, और ये पूरी चीज को जो है ना, whole thing is called an agreement, ठीक है, this becomes an agreement, and if enforceable by law, तब बन जाएगा कॉन्ट्रैक्ट, ठीक है, then it will become a contract. This is how the steps will go, ठीक है, okay, fine. So then what next? Now agreement, okay. So here what is said is every promise and every set of promises forming the consideration for each other is an agreement, okay. So every promise, okay, and every set of promises, okay. Why the words every promise is an agreement, correct, ये भी बोलते तो correct था, every promise is an agreement, okay. Promise happens only after offer and acceptance, the promise is also an agreement. So why every promise and every set of promises? I'll tell you why they use the word every set of promises. Okay. ठीक है. Now consider this. ठीक है. Consider this. ठीक है. Now offer is made, acceptance is done. ठीक है. Hari is one person. ठीक है. He is offering something to Irfan, who is wholesale dealer of fruits. ठीक है. Hari is saying, ठीक है, इसको ध्यान से देखना, ओके, जस्ट लिसन केयरफुली, ओके. Hari is saying I'll buy 100 boxes of apples at this price, ठीक है, ओके. So Irfan is saying yes, ठीक है, okay, but he will deliver the fruits next week, ठीक है. Here is saying deliver the fruits next week. Then Hari is saying if you are delivering the fruits next week, then I will pay next week. ठीक है. He's saying I will pay next week. So here what has happened? Offerer is making a promise that he'll do something next week, and in return he's getting a promise that fruits will be delivered next week. Okay, so that is why this is called set of promises. Okay, in both cases there is promise, correct? Okay, if one of them delivers something actually, then it won't become set of promises. Okay, if both ways there is a promise, then it will become set of promises. ठीक है, यहाँ पे मैंने समझाया आपको कि वर्ड सेट ऑफ प्रोमिसेस कहाँ यूज होते हैं. ठीक है, वॉइस क्लियर आ रहा है आप लोगों को? एवरीवन इज हैविंग, एनीवन हैज अ प्रॉब्लम विद द वॉइस? साउंड इज ऑल फाइन? सो ओके, परफेक्ट. नाउ ठीक है, यार तो इसीलिए इसको बोलते हैं सेट ऑफ प्रोमिसेस, इसीलिए यहाँ पे सेट ऑफ प्रोमिसेस यूज किया गया. हियर दे हैव यूज्ड सेट ऑफ प्रोमिसेस. ठीक है, हियर फाइन. चलिए अभी एक और चीज हम देखेंगे. ओके, रेसिप्रोकल प्रॉमिस. ठीक है, इट्स समथिंग कॉल्ड एज रेसिप्रोकल प्रॉमिस. ठीक है, promises which form the consideration or part of consideration for each other is called reciprocal promise. तो जो मैंने पिछला एग्जांपल आपको अभी जो बताया था, that is also a reciprocal promise. Promise के जगह प्रॉमिस आप ले रहे हो, ठीक है। रेसिप्रोकल प्रॉमिस विल ऑलवेज बी अ सेट ऑफ प्रॉमिस, ठीक है। एक प्रॉमिस की जगह दूसरा प्रॉमिस विल बिकम अ सेट ऑफ प्रॉमिस, ओके। रेसिप्रोकल प्रॉमिस सेट ऑफ प्रॉमिस, इसमें क्लियरली बस ये है कैसे पहचानना रेसिप्रोकल प्रॉमिस को। both parties would not have done their part, both are promising that we will do in the future, ठीक है। so agar in the example which we saw, okay, the example which we saw just now, ठीक है, here if say Irfan delivers now, if Irfan delivers now, delivers fruits now, ठीक है, तब ये रेसिप्रोकल प्रॉमिस नहीं हुआ, ओके। इट हैज टू बी लाइक दिस, ये भी प्रॉमिस कर रहा है, ये भी प्रॉमिस कर रहा है। और इफ ही इज पेइंग नाउ, दिस पर्सन इज पेइंग नाउ, तो भी रेसिप्रोकल प्रॉमिस नहीं, ठीक है। बोथ मस्ट प्रॉमिस, ठीक है, ओनली देन इट विल बी रेसिप्रोकल प्रॉमिस। रेसिप्रोकल यानी प्रॉमिस के बदले प्रॉमिस, ओके। तो चलिए ना यहाँ पे भी और आगे जा रहे हैं, ओके। हियर void agreement, an agreement not enforceable by law is void, ठीक है। तो ये जो है हमने देखा यहाँ पे, we were talking till now that you have an agreement, ठीक है, so you have offer and acceptance, ठीक है। these two, if we have, what we will get is agreement, ठीक है। offer and acceptance there, you will get agreement. now agreement, ठीक है, can be, इसका सर लिख देते हैं enforceable, and here it is not enforceable. Two things are possible, ठीक है। is enforceable, not enforceable. enforceable है, ये बन जाएगा आपका, this will become what, contract, ठीक है। and this will not become a contract. so इसके लिए जब word use करते हैं बोलते हैं void, it's a void agreement बोलते हैं, ठीक है। that agreement is not enforceable by law, so it is a void agreement. that example bouquet वाला, it is void, it's a void agreement, ठीक है। तो कॉन्ट्रैक्ट नहीं बन सकता, वो मतलब है इसका, ओके। तो इस तरह से ये आते हैं। यहाँ क्या देखे हमने, ऑफर एक्सेप्टेंस होना चाहिए, तो आपका एग्रीमेंट बन गया, ओके। एग्रीमेंट बन गया, वो एनफोर्सेबल हो सकता है और एनफोर्सेबल नहीं हो सकता है, ओके। आइदर एग्रीमेंट कैन बी एनफोर्सेबल और it will not be enforceable. If it is not enforceable, we call it void, or this we call it as contract if enforceable. Fine. So चलिए, ओके, ठीक है। एंड ठीक है। सो द नेक्स्ट इज एनीथिंग, नेक्स्ट इज कॉन्ट्रैक्ट। कॉन्ट्रैक्ट क्या है, एग्रीमेंट विच इज एनफोर्सेबल, वो तो सेम डायग्राम में वी हैड सीन, करेक्ट। इफ इट्स एनफोर्सेबल इट इज कॉन्ट्रैक्ट, नॉट एनफोर्सेबल इट इज वॉइड और वॉइड एग्रीमेंट, ठीक है। आप इसको वॉइड भी बोल सकते हैं, सिर्फ वॉइड एग्रीमेंट बोला जाता है, ठीक है। दो चीजें होती है, वॉइड कॉन्ट्रैक्ट, अब वॉइड कॉन्ट्रैक्ट, अब आप देखिए नेक्स्ट इज वॉइड कॉन्ट्रैक्ट। यू विल से व्हाट इज अ वॉइड कॉन्ट्रैक्ट, ओके। I just said that an agreement is void, okay, if it is not enforceable. But sometimes it is possible a contract which ceases to be enforceable at law becomes void when it ceases to be so enforceable, okay। तो इसका मतलब ये है, कभी कभी ऐसा होता है, ओके, कि ठीक है, sometimes it happens कि जो है कॉन्ट्रैक्ट, आपका एग्रीमेंट ठीक था, एग्रीमेंट वाज फाइन, ठीक है, ऑफर एक्सेप्टेंस, यू गॉट एग्रीमेंट, Okay, and it was enforceable. It became a contract. Okay, but after it became a contract, ठीक है, ऐसा कोई रूलिंग आया गवर्नमेंट का, some ruling which, ठीक है, which made such transactions illegal. Illegal बना दिया गवर्नमेंट. If something is illegal, how can it be enforceable at law? ठीक है, इलीगल चीज को क्या कॉन्ट्रैक्ट में एनफोर्सेबल कर सकते हैं क्या? नो, करेक्ट. सो ये हो सकता है पहले तो कॉन्ट्रैक्ट बन गया था. ओके, later on because of something which has happened, like here the government ruling, it has become illegal. Okay, so now it became void. So this I will call it as void contract. But if there is an agreement, that husband and wife thing, okay, बुके वाला जो चीज है, ओके, हस्बैंड वाइफ, ठीक है, बुके, ठीक है, दिस इज अ वॉइड एग्रीमेंट बिकॉज इट इज वॉइड राइट फ्रॉम द बिगिनिंग. यू कैनॉट कॉल इट अ वॉइड कॉन्ट्रैक्ट. कॉन्ट्रैक्ट तो बना ही नहीं कभी. सो इट इज अ वॉइड एग्रीमेंट. सो वो डिफरेंस है वॉइड एग्रीमेंट एंड वॉइड कॉन्ट्रैक्ट. ठीक है, बोथ void contract or void agreement, both are not enforceable value. But void contract previously was enforceable, now it is not enforceable. Void agreement was always not enforceable. इसके लिए एक वर्ड यूज होता है, ठीक है, पहले से, from right from the beginning it is not enforceable. Okay, बोलते हैं void ab initio. ठीक है, ab initio means right from the beginning. Okay, ab initio means right from the beginning. ठीक है, is also called void ab initio. Okay, contract, void contract हो गया, समझ गया, right? Now void able contract, बस ये एक last definition and we have finished all definitions. Okay, so this definition says says what is a voidable contract. It's different from void contract. Voidable means an agreement which is enforceable by law at the option of one or more parties thereto, but not at the option of other or others. से लंबा लिखा है, शॉर्ट में क्या मतलब है, दो पार्टीज में से एक ही उसको void करार दे सकता है. That is, there are two parties, right, A and B. B has the power to call it void, but A doesn't have that power. Unilateral power is there. That is called as voidable contract. So why would there be some situation where only one party has that power? Okay, where there has been a fraud, okay, or he did not give complete information. ऐसा कुछ जो है ना, the contract is not clear. One party A has either induced another party, ठीक है, B, in the contract either by fraud or he did not give full information or something like that. So in this case, B has the power. Okay, what power does B have? If the contract is beneficial to him, he can continue. ठीक है, बेनिफिशियल है तो क्या करेगा, कंटिन्यू करेगा. ओके, सी ऐसा एक एग्जांपल मैं बताता हूँ. ठीक है, समवन इज selling you 1,000 pages for ₹100. You said it's a very good deal. ठीक है, तो आप चले गए. ठीक है, वहां जाने के बाद what you found out, you went there and you found out that 500 pages are not good, only 500 are good. So you can say that the contract is basically for 500 pages 100 आप बोल सकते हो. ठीक है, so he did not tell you the true thing, so you can call it void here. As per this you can say call it void. void बोलिए, उससे पैसा लेके आप जा सकते हो, you can take the money and go. Okay, but you can continue also. अगर आपको लगता है कि नहीं, अगर 500 भी मैं मानता हूं, so in the market I am getting this for 180, still he is giving 500 good pages for 100, so still it is good for me. ऐसा आपको लगता है कि it is good, then you can continue with the contract also. तो एक चीज है, ठीक है, मैं पूछूंगा बाद में, I'll ask you this later on, okay? In a voidable contract, ठीक है, the party, the affected party, he can either continue or can call it void. ठीक है, ये तो कर सकता है. Okay, you can do any of these. Now, next part is essentials of a valid contract. Okay, also called as requirements of a valid contract or essentials of a valid contract. Mostly called as essentials of a valid contract. ठीक है, लेकिन आपको requirements करके भी पूछ सकते हैं. तो this section 10 में there is a definition which says that all agreements are contracts. ठीक है, all agreements are contracts if, but reasons दिया है. Okay, if they are made by the free consent of parties competent to contract. Free consent means nobody has forced me to do it. There should be free consent for a lawful consideration, ठीक है, and with a lawful object. ठीक है, lawful consideration मतलब I am, if say I am giving you something in return, you are giving me a pistol which was illegally acquired. That is illegal consideration, so not lawful, unlawful consideration. ठीक है, ओके. तो यहाँ पे क्या बोल रहा है, आप जस्ट इसको सिंपल वर्ड्स में आपको देखना है. ओके, डोंट गो अमंग ऑल सेंटेंसेस. So all agreements are contracts. What is required? Free consent. So it is free consent. Okay. 1 minute. Hello, Archana. I'm in. Good evening. I'm in class right now. I'll call you in 3-4 minutes when I'll go for a break. Okay. So now, okay. So all agreements are contracts if made by free consent. Okay. For lawful consideration, lawful object. The object also should be lawful and are not expressly declared to be void. ठीक है, ये है. और यहाँ पे here you can see competent to contract. There are only some people who are competent to contract. Minors, for example, are not competent to contract. So these are essentials of a valid contract in the form of a sentence. So the same thing, if we see in points what are essentials of a valid contract, if it is asked, you can give the answer in points like this. Okay, what you can do is you can give in points. Okay, so this is, first one is agreement. Okay, requirements of contracts. There we, what did we read here? All agreements are contracts. Okay, so if you see here, all agreements are contracts. So first thing, what is there? First is agreement. Starts from here actually. Okay, there should be an agreement. So, okay, we see here. So so agreement, that is offer and acceptance, should have been done. Intention to create legal relationship. Next is intention to create legal relationship. Okay, our bouquet example falls out of this. Okay, right? So all agreements, so here all agreements are contracts. Okay, so agreement, requirements of a valid contract. One is agreement. Two, intention to create legal relationship. So you can just remember as a legal relationship. Okay, so for legal there are 3 points. You can call it as legal or lawful, correct? So legal relationship, lawful consideration, and lawful object. Okay, so there has to be a consideration. Consideration is what you pay. Okay, for a contract, you pay some money or something. Okay, that's called as consideration. We'll examine it in detail legally later on. Okay. But in the layman's language, consideration is what you are paying for a contract. Okay. Object is, the object should not be opposed to public policy. Object is the main purpose of the contract. That is, you want to buy 100 kgs of rice. So that is the purpose of the contract. That is fine. So another thing is you want to buy, let us say, 1 kg of brown sugar. Now that is opposed to public policy. Okay. So lawful consideration and lawful object. Okay. तीन चीज. One is requirements of valid contract. Here itself you'll learn. Okay. ये के हमको learn कर लेना है. One is offer and acceptance. ठीक है. First one is offer and acceptance. ठीक है. In legal relationship. Okay. Lawful consideration. ठीक है. Or then what I said is lawful object. ठीक है. These three. Okay. There has to be a legal relationship. Only then agreement will become a contract. Okay. Correct. So here you can directly link it. Then lawful. 3 points of the legal. Legal या lawful. Legal, lawful, lawful. Okay. So this is then. Then we said competent to contract. All agreements are contract if they are made by free consent of parties competent to contract. Competent to contract क्या है? ये है. Okay. That he should be a major and all that. ठीक है. वो सब चीजें आएंगी. All these points अभी हम लोग examine करेंगे. Each of these we will examine in detail. ठीक है. Then free consent. There should be no force. Right? ठीक है. So then last two are, one is certainty and another one is capability of performance. इसको भी we will examine. ठीक है. At this stage I am not discussing कि एक एक पूरा हम we are going to discuss. See now, first is we are going to start here with offer and acceptance. That is the first point here. ठीक है. Like this each one हम discuss करेंगे. So that's why at this stage I am not discussing these points. Okay. All these one by one we will discuss. Fine. So this is our, ठीक है. चलिए. So ये है. So यहाँ से we are going to start with offer and acceptance, but we can take a break now. Any questions you should have, you can ask me. कोई भी question हो आप पूछ सकते हैं. Hindi students want me to explain any part in Hindi, you can tell me. मैं समझा दूंगा हिंदी में. ठीक है. कोई भी पार्ट है आपको जो ये तो मैंने अभी डिटेल में एक्सप्लेन नहीं किया. एक एक पॉइंट लेके करेंगे एक्सप्लेन. ठीक है. यहाँ से स्टार्ट होगा. देखिए पहला पॉइंट है ऑफर एंड एक्सेप्टेंस. So any point, anywhere you have any doubt, okay, you can ask me. Feel free to ask. If not, you can type in the chat also. Okay. More you participate, more you will understand. Okay. So understanding till now, आपको you are all understanding what the concept is, or okay, you are all understanding what we have discussed. Yes, no. Okay, Sanjana. Others understanding or any problem? Right, Murli? Okay. Right. So now I am going to give you a break of 10 minutes. Okay. We will have to end it today at 8:30. But as I told you, now our regular time will be 6 to 9 evening. Okay. 6 to 9. But today, just for today, we will end at 8:30. 8:45 will be your second class IDT. Okay. I will be a part of it in the beginning, just to explain some certain things to you about timings and all that to the next batch. Okay. So now what you can do is, I would say, you can be back is 7:34. Okay, 7:35. So 8:35 p.m. So you can, if you want, you can continue to be here. Not a problem. Okay, this will be running this stream. Okay, so if you want, you can stay here, or you can even go out and join again after 10 minutes. Both are fine. Okay, fine then. So I will see you in 10 minutes. Okay, so we'll start. Sorry, I put the time wrong initially. Okay. Well, it has to be put in 24 hours format. So fine. Okay. So we'll start now. Restart. Right. So requirements of a valid contract or essentials of a valid contract. Okay. This is asked many times where you just have to state the points itself. Okay. So this is important for you to learn this. Okay. It's very easy. It basically just agreement plus legal relationship will become a contract. The agreement plus legal relationship. And from this legal, you will pick up lawful consideration and lawful object. And then competent to contract, free consent. Last two are CC, certainty and capability of performance. What each one of this is, we are going to learn this. Okay. We are going to see this. Okay. First is agreement, offer and acceptance. Okay, so proposal is also called as offer. As I said, it is called offer in English laws. Fine. So now this is just the repetition of the same definition. When one person signifies to another his willingness to do or abstain from doing anything with a view to obtaining the assent of that other for such act or abstinence. Person making the offer is called offerer or proposer. All these are very basic. Okay. And then to whom you are making is called offering. Okay. Offer must be a valid one. Okay. Now offer should be valid. So when will an offer be valid? Very simple. This point is also okay. Okay. Valid offer. This is here. These are the points for valid offer. All these 6 points are there. Okay. Very simple. Here itself you can learn it. Okay. For a valid offer, by your logic itself, if you think, okay, so it should be clear, definite, complete, and final in terms and not vague. Okay. So I might buy your bike in the next month. That's not an offer. Okay. That is vague. वेग यानी वो जो क्लियर नहीं है. ठीक है. ये जो वेग जो है इसका मतलब है वो जो क्लियर नहीं. Okay. So the offer must be clear, definite, complete, and final. ठीक है. So it should not be vague. It must be clear, complete, and definite. ठीक है. ये होना चाहिए फर्स्ट. ठीक है. ओके. क्लियर ऑफर तो हमने बना लिया. ओके. You have made a clear offer. Okay. But you have to tell it to the other person, right? Unless you tell him, how will he know that you have made that offer? Correct? Isn't it? So ऐसा नहीं हो सकता. Correct? So जैसे unless you tell the other person, okay, the other person will not know. है ना? मूवीज वगैरह में हम देखते हैं, है ना? करेक्ट. जो हीरो है, हीरोइन है, कुछ वो बोलता ही नहीं कभी. he doesn't say anything, the other person doesn't know. करेक्ट. ऐसा ये सब प्रेमिस हम देखते हैं मूवीज वगैरह में. ये तो सोशल हो गया जो मैंने बताया. ओके. हीरो इज अ हीरोइन. हीरो से he just doesn't tell the heroine, okay, that he loves her or whatever. ये हो गया social. This is a social point what I'm talking about. But even आपके लीगल इसमें भी वही है बेसिकली. ठीक है. आप जब तक बताओगे नहीं आपका ऑफर है, आप आगे वाले को जब तक ऑफर दोगे नहीं उसको कैसे पता चलेगा, राइट? हाउ विल द अदर पर्सन नो इफ यू डू नॉट टेल द अदर पर्सन? ओके. सो second point is pehla, it should be clear, definite, complete. If it is vague, then it is not an offer, right? If you say I might send it, I might sell it when my dad permits me. When your dad will permit, when that day will come, nobody knows that. Correct? So it should be clear, definite, complete, and final. But then second, it should be communicated also. Okay? It must be communicated to the offering. Okay? So if you communicate only, then he'll have an opportunity to accept or reject it. So second is communicate to the offering. Okay? Now third, ये दोनों next points जो है ना, how will you communicate? कैसे communicate करेंगे? ठीक है. One is it can be writing or oral. ठीक है, you can give an oral offer, you can give a writing offer. ठीक है, so in law, ठीक है, जो मैं हमेशा अपने स्टूडेंट्स को एक चीज बताता हूँ, I always tell one thing, law doesn't forbid, ठीक है, लॉ जो है, लॉ के लिए रिटन एंड ओरल आर इक्वल. ठीक है, लॉ आपको नहीं बोलता है कि ओरल कॉन्ट्रैक्ट आप नहीं कर सकते. ठीक है, द पॉइंट इज व्हेन यू गो टू प्रूव, केस हो गया, इफ यू वांट टू प्रूव, इट इज हार्ड टू प्रूव थिंग्स विच आर ओरल. ठीक है, एनीथिंग विच इज रिटन इट इज इजियर टू प्रूव. If you prove the document with signature and signatures are genuine, then it is easily proven. ओरल है, सो आपको 10 गवाह लाने पड़ेंगे जो तभी मौजूद था, एंड सो दोस यू विल हैव टू get some witnesses if it is oral, and the witnesses should be trustworthy people as per the judge, right? All these things are there in oral, so it is easy to prove for written, but as per law there is no difference between written and oral. Okay, just remember this. Okay, we always go for written because it is easier to prove. Oral is like you cannot prove, right? You told something to one person, there is no witness, how will you prove? Okay, so that is the thing here. Okay, now यहाँ पे हमने देखे, first is offer should be clear, definite, complete and final, should be communicated. अब communication को हम describe करें, we are describing communication, should can be in writing or oral, can be expressed or implied. ठीक है, what is the meaning of expressed and implied? Expressed or implied, expressed means which you have either told him or written and conveyed it, where you have expressly told it. It can be expressed, can be in writing or oral. Okay, remember that. So expressed means you have really told him. Implied is, example I'll tell you of implied is bus. Okay, a bus comes, it has a particular number or something. Okay, you see the bus and you get up. Has the driver or conductor shouted and told you that you pay me this much money, I will leave you there? Have they told you that? Either oral or written, have they shouted? No. You have seen the bus number and you have got up. Okay, so that bus is nothing but an implied offer. That whatever area it has been written there, so bus will go to that area. Of course, when it takes you there, it will take some money. Whatever is the money, that if you ask the conductor, you will come to it. Okay, that is an implied offer. Okay, that is what implied offer. Okay, so the 4 things we have seen. This ये है communicated. It should be communicated. And next, now we are just seeing details of communication only. Communications related points. All these are points of valid offer. Okay, below 2 are there also. So it must be communicated, can be writing or oral, expressed or implied, or then it can be general or specific. Okay, general or specific means, general means it's an offer for anyone. When a company is selling its shares, a public company, anyone can buy it, correct? So that's the general offer. Specific is if we are making this offer only for one specific person or some specific people, that becomes a specific offer. Okay, like sometimes, okay, so general offers you can find many. Okay, in commercial term, shares are there, there can be many other things, okay, which companies sell, bonds and all that. Okay, those all are general offers. Specific is it will be for some specific people. Okay, for example, one example I'll tell you, employment letter, employment offer. Okay, employment offer. Okay, for all CMAs. Now only CMA can apply, correct? This is a specific offer. Okay, and then last point is communication of offer is complete when it comes to the knowledge of the other person, okay, to whom you have made the offer. So communication is complete when it comes to the knowledge of the other person. When the other person, like you have communicated the offer, when is the communication complete of offer? When the other person uh, understands it, okay, or it reaches him, you can say. Okay. See, once you get a letter, you have taken it. Once you get a letter, it will be understood as if communication is completed. Okay, nobody is going behind you in your house and seeing when you have opened the letter, when you have read, when you have understood in the morning or at night. Okay, when the letter is delivered to you, that means communication is completed. Okay, so these are the 6 points. Very simple. Valid offer. What is a valid offer? One is clear, definite, complete, and final. Okay, must be communicated. And regarding communication, or writing or oral, expressed or implied, general or specific. 5 points are over. Last point is, okay, this is just this is actually, last point is not uh, like the other 5 points for valid offer. Okay, it is just telling you a property of communication of offer. Okay, that it is complete when it comes to the knowledge of the recipient. Okay, fine. ठीक है, ये हमने क्या देखा, हमने वैलिड ऑफर क्या क्या है हमने देखा है. ओके, तो ये पॉइंट्स आपको बस मेन याद रखने, क्लियर, डेफिनेट, कंप्लीट, फाइनल, और इट शुड बी कम्युनिकेटेड. कम्युनिकेशन कैसा हो सकता है, राइटिंग और ओरल में, एक्सप्रेस्ड, इम्प्लाइड, जनरल और स्पेसिफिक. बस लास्ट एक पॉइंट है कि कम्युनिकेशन ऑफ ऑफर इज कंप्लीट व्हेन इट कम्स टू द नॉलेज ऑफ द रेसिपिएंट. बस उतना लिखें, बस ये हो गया. ठीक है, फाइन, ओके. तो चलिए अब नेक्स्ट ये देखते हैं, नेक्स्ट पॉइंट. ठीक है, एन ऑफर कम्युनिकेटेड प्रॉपरली. ठीक है ना, कैसे कम्युनिकेट करना है हमने अभी देखा ऊपर, राइट. ओके, सो ऑफर कम्युनिकेटेड प्रॉपरली, यू हैव फॉलोड द कंडीशंस. ओके, सो इट कंटिन्यूज एज सच, यानी तो ऑफर का जो है लाइफ नहीं होता कुछ एज सच. ओके, देयर इज नो लाइफ ऑफ एन ऑफर. Offer communicated properly continues as such, so it will continue, but okay, until it lapses or is revoked. Until it lapses or it's or revoked. Lapses मतलब अगर offer में you said this is valid for 4 days. ठीक है, you said it is valid for 4 days, and after 4 days it will lapse. That offer, उसका यहाँ पे जो है ना continues as such, ने पहले बोला गया है कि offer has no life, but ठीक है, what will determine its life is until it lapses, and if there is any validity period or it is revoked, that is the person who gave the offer has taken back the offer, बोलते हैं revoking. ओके, रिवोक यानी वापस ले लेना. ठीक है, और इज रिवोक्ड बाय द ऑफरर. और दूसरा है, ये दोनों इसके लिए, these two are for offerer, lapses or revoked. ठीक है, and from offeree side he can reject it or he can accept it. Correct, offeree either reject करेगा, accept करेगा. Okay, so offer communicated properly continues as such unless it lapses or is revoked by the offerer or rejected or accepted by the offeree. Okay, ideal offer must follow essentials of a valid contract. ठीक है, essentials of a valid contract क्या है, जो हमने ऊपर देखे थे, उसी का हम एक एक पॉइंट्स देख रहे हैं. फर्स्ट पॉइंट इज ऑफर. करेक्ट, व्हाट इज एसेंशियल्स ऑफ अ वैलिड कॉन्ट्रैक्ट? ये रिक्वायरमेंट्स ऑफ अ वैलिड कॉन्ट्रैक्ट और एसेंशियल्स ऑफ अ वैलिड कॉन्ट्रैक्ट क्या क्या है इसमें. ठीक है, फर्स्ट वन वाज एग्रीमेंट. ओके, then legal relationship, then 2 more points of lawful consideration, lawful object. ठीक है, then competent to contract and free consent and to see certainty and capability of performance. ये आपके हैं essentials of a valid contract or requirements of a valid contract. So ideal offer must follow essentials of a valid contract. ठीक है, चलिए अब हम नेक्स्ट पॉइंट, अभी रिवोकेशन के ऊपर आएंगे, है ना। आपने ऑफर दे दिए, ओके, मैंने ऑफर दिया हूं और मैं कब वापस ले सकता हूं। ओके, इन अदर वर्ड्स व्हाट आई एम सेइंग इज आई हैव गिवन एन ऑफर, व्हेन कैन आई टेक इट बैक। ठीक है, सी व्हाट यू हैव टू अंडरस्टैंड हियर इज, सी दिस आर ऑल लॉजिकल पॉइंट्स, ओके, बेसिक। बाय एनी कॉन्ट्रैक्ट वी आल्सो डू सम कॉन्ट्रैक्ट्स, करेक्ट, ठीक है। सो नाउ okay, that I I gave an ad, okay, for the classes, okay, and you have now come, okay, that is also a contract basically, okay, that's also one contract. वो भी एक contract है आपका, और there are many other contracts we keep going for, ठीक है, in our personal life. So if you just compare this with that, you will get the logic which is very much for that. Okay, so now revocation में say, just think a general thing I'm telling you, person A and person B. Okay, A is giving an offer. Okay, and because of A's offer, now okay, B has accepted, and if B has accepted, say this offer is for, A's offer is for say 1,000 mangoes. Okay, so if he has accepted the offer, then he will start to buy mangoes, correct? Right? He will buy mangoes, and if he buys mangoes, then mangoes are perishable. ठीक है, खराब होता है, आम पेरिशेबल है, राइट। अगर इसने बाद में बोला कि नहीं अब मुझे नहीं चाहिए, ठीक है, इफ इज रिवोकिंग हिज ऑफर, ठीक है, तो इसका नुकसान हो रहा है ना, करेक्ट। देन इफ इज रिवोकिंग द ऑफर, देन it is financially affecting the other person, correct. So therefore there should be some rules of revoking, and should be clear what kind of penalties will be there, ठीक है, when can he revoke and all that, है ना, कब revoking legally हो सकता है, that point should be determined. So basically on his word he has now bought mangoes, ठीक है. So at this stage if he revokes, then this person will be put at a loss, isn't it, है कि नहीं, he will be put at a loss. So इसीलिए that's why legally it was important to define when can a person revoke an offer, ठीक है, fine. So revocation of offer, we will also see revocation of acceptance later on. Okay, revocation of offer, ठीक है, revoke before the communication of acceptance, ठीक है. ओके, क्या चीज बोल रहा है, देखिए ये ऑफर है, ठीक है, रिवोकेशन ऑफ ऑफर, ठीक है, रिवोक बिफोर द कम्युनिकेशन ऑफ एक्सेप्टेंस इज कंप्लीट एज अगेंस्ट द प्रपोजल, ठीक है. ये हम थोड़ा आगे अभी देखेंगे कि कुछ भी चीज जो होता है ना, ओके, अगर दो पार्टीज है, से देयर आर टू पार्टीज, ओके, ए एंड बी, ओके, या देयर इज ए एंड बी, ठीक है. Now certain things ऐसे होते हैं जो कैसे, खास करके कम्युनिकेशन लॉ ये डिफाइन करता है, इज इट कंप्लीट, कंप्लीट एब्सोल्यूट नहीं होता, कंप्लीट एज अगेंस्ट ए भी हो सकता है, एज अगेंस्ट बी, ठीक है. तो ए के अगेंस्ट इट कैन बी डिफरेंट पॉइंट ऑफ टाइम जब ए के अगेंस्ट कंप्लीट हो जा रहा है, और बी के अगेंस्ट कंप्लीट हो रहा है, दैट कैन बी डिफरेंट पॉइंट ऑफ टाइम. सो यू विल अंडरस्टैंड दिस ओनली व्हेन आई मूव अहेड, ओके, कि मैं इस पॉइंट का मतलब क्या है, that it will be complete at different intervals of time against A and against B. Okay, so और इसका इंपॉर्टेंस क्या है कम्युनिकेशन का, कम्युनिकेशन कंप्लीट होने से पहले आप रिवोक कर सकते हैं. लॉ सेज that before completion of communication, okay, you can revoke, ठीक है. So that's why we need to know when an offer is complete as against the offerer or as against the offering. Okay, so because before it is complete against you, you can revoke the offer, ठीक है. So इसको we will examine it in detail. Okay, as we move ahead, you will understand this point a bit more. Okay, so revoke before the communication of acceptance is complete as against the proposer. Okay, so yeah, you can see there is an example. A proposes by a letter sent by post to sell his house to B. Okay, A has sent a letter by post, says that I want to sell my house to you, to B. Okay, then B accepts by post. ठीक है, बी ने एक्सेप्ट कर दिया बाय पोस्ट. तो एग्जांपल में बता रहा है कि टिल व्हेन ए में रिवोक. ठीक है, ए में रिवोक हिज प्रपोजल बिफोर बी पोस्ट्स हिज एक्सेप्टेंस बट नॉट आफ्टरवर्ड्स. तो ये एक्चुअली कम्युनिकेशन जो कंप्लीट हुआ है इसका. ठीक है, कब कंप्लीट हुआ है दैट दे आर टेलिंग अस. ओके, सो बेसिकली हियर, ठीक है, you have A, you have B. Okay, so A has made an offer. Okay, A ने ऑफर दे दिया, B के पास आया है. Okay, now B is going to post it, post his reply. यहाँ पे है post office. Okay, here it is. This is the post office. Okay, now B has read it and now he has written, okay, I'm accepting, and now he's going to the post box and he has dropped it inside. Okay, so before B has dropped inside, agar A has revoked, so that is okay. But once B has dropped it, अब तो B डब्बे में से तो निकाल नहीं सकता अपना letter, right? He has dropped it. He cannot put his hands inside the postal box and take the letter back, isn't it? So after that, once he has posted, it is complete as against A. This was the point I was making. Okay, this is said to be, so A can revoke till the acceptance. Okay, this acceptance is complete as against A. It is said to be complete as against A when B has posted the letter and it has become out of power of B. Okay, so it's not essential that it should reach A. ये जरूरी नहीं है कि this should reach A. Till here he will not have chance to revoke. Okay, he will only have chance to revoke till here. Because he has already made the offer, right? He knows what he's making. So when B has accepted and posted it, then A's time freezes. Okay, A का time freeze हो जाता है. But B will have right to revoke it. ठीक है, अब ये तो it has not reached A so far, correct? So ये letter, if this letter B has posted, correct? अगर B's letter has reached A till here, ठीक है, यहाँ तक, here it is reaching. So till it is here, B can revoke. Till it has not reached, B has a right to revoke it. ठीक है, but A ने तो already contract draft किया है, right? A has drafted the contract. So he knew what he wanted. So if B has accepted and posted it, A will not get a chance to revoke. After this point of time, if A revokes, contract में जो penalty clause होता है वो apply होगा. Whatever is the penalty clause in the contract, that will apply. Okay, understood? So this revocation point, it is little confusing, but we will be examining it more. Okay, और आगे इसके बारे में we will talk. Okay, and I have created a table for you for this. Okay, that will make it very easy for you. Right? So now, okay, A may revoke his proposal before B posts his acceptance, but not afterwards. ठीक है, तो ये तो हमने देख ली. ओके, नाउ विल टॉक अबाउट कम्युनिकेशन ऑफ रिवोकेशन. ठीक है, सी रिमेंबर वन थिंग. ठीक है, रिवोकेशन इज डिफरेंट, कम्युनिकेशन इज डिफरेंट. ठीक है, ओके, व्हेन आई एम स्पीकिंग एंड यू ऑल हैव लिसन्ड, ओके, माय कम्युनिकेशन इज कंप्लीट. ठीक है, so say for example, let us talk about our class itself. Okay, so say I am here. Okay, let's say I am here and you are here in B. Okay, so I have told you my terms and conditions. Okay, So my communication is complete to you, but our contract is not complete. Contract will be complete when you read it, you are okay with it, okay, and whatever be our terms and all terms in the contract, you have accepted it. Then contract will be complete. Okay. So what I'm trying to tell you, there is a difference between communication being complete and the contract or agreement or whatever that being complete or revocation. Okay. That being complete is different. But communication being complete means whether you have understood what I'm saying or not. Once you have understood, my communication is complete. That doesn't mean you will enter into a contract. Okay. Okay. Understood. Right? समझ गया? हिंदी स्टूडेंट्स कंफर्टेबल? कुछ पॉइंट है जो आपको समझना है, ऐसा कुछ है? Okay, so communication of a revocation is complete. So we are talking about communication, not revocation. When is revocation complete is a different question. When is communication of revocation complete? That is a different question. ठीक है? Okay. तो चलिए, तो इसमें क्या क्या होता है? Let's see. ठीक है? Okay. So when is communication of revocation is complete? Okay. So now for communication as against the person who makes it, whoever is revoking. ठीक है? अच्छा, ये बताइए, who will revoke? Who can revoke? Offerer or offeree? Who can revoke? मेरा क्वेश्चन है. Offerer can revoke or offeree? No? Who can revoke? Can offerer revoke it or offeree revoke it? You have got two parties, right? Okay, A and B. Who can revoke? The answer is if it is the offer, if it is the offerer can revoke. If it is the acceptance, okay, then this person can revoke, offeree. ठीक है? Okay, so both can revoke. ठीक है? Revoke क्या है? Revoke क्या है? वापस लेना. Revoke means you are taking it back. If you have not done something, how can you take it back? Correct. So offer is not made by the offeree. How can he take back the offer? Now, acceptance is not made by the offerer. How can he take it back? Whoever has done it, only they can take it back. Okay. So now communication of revocation is complete. Okay, as against the person who makes it. Okay. So communication. So we are talking not about revocation, but communication of revocation as against the person who makes it when it is put in a course of transmission out of his power. See, in communication, what I told you earlier for offer, okay, that he can revoke the offer, the person can revoke the offer, he has made the offer, it has reached the offeree, okay, then he has posted it in a post box, correct? Okay. So till this point of time, till this point, this person can revoke, correct? So, but when is a communication complete? ठीक है? इसका communication, So I have posted it. When he has posted the letter, his communication is complete, right? He cannot take it back now. Okay, he has posted it in a medium. Say he has telegrammed it or posted it. Okay, couriered it. Fine. So once he has posted, it is complete as against him. So here yaad rakhna kabhi. Communication, this is the one thing which will confuse you. His communication is complete as soon as he has posted. For communication, it is not when offeree has posted it back. Okay. Similarly for this person also. As against the person who makes it when it is put in a course of transmission to be out of his power, and as against the recipient, okay, when it comes to his knowledge. Okay. So for this revocation which we are talking about, this is basically we are talking about revocation of offer. Okay. Here we are talking about revocation of offer. Okay. So against the person who makes it when he is put into the course of transmission, against recipient when it comes to his knowledge. Okay, but it holds good for acceptance also. Okay, same law holds good for acceptance also. So now we will see how can you revoke a proposal. Okay, modes of revocation. How can you revoke it? Okay, one is notice of revocation. You can send. This is the most common way. Lapse of time. Okay, so basically, if you have given 4 days to accept, okay, if those 4 days are have lapsed, then your proposal will lapse. Okay. So and here there is one additional thing which is given, or else lapse of reasonable time. Okay, where there is he has not given time, then there is always some time which is reasonable time. Okay, so if you wanted to buy say something fruits, okay, and say if I'm replying back after the season of the fruits is over, then automatically it has lapsed. Okay, so proposal can be revoked by notice of revocation, lapse of time, then failure of acceptor to fulfill a condition precedent to acceptance. Sometimes there is a condition. Okay, so I said I want this quality of, I'm saying that I want this grade of mango, but he has given me some other grade of mango. Then proposal stands revoked. Okay. Then next is death or insanity of the proposer. Okay. So the proposer has died. He has made the offer. Okay. But he has died. Acceptor before accepting came to know of his death. Then it got revoked. But if acceptor did not come to know and he has accepted it, then what will happen is the legal heirs of the proposer, they will be liable for the contract. Okay. So it's death or insanity of the proposer, remember, not of the acceptor. Okay. So if acceptor has died after accepting, then his estate will be liable to it. Fine. So these are proposal can be revoked in 4 ways. Okay. आपको यही try to do it in the end, then it all gets very big on you. There will be lots of things in law. You have to remember many things. Okay. Just try to learn it then and there, or at least just go see the video once more. Okay. And finish it off. Try to finish these things off. Okay. So proposal is revoked by notice of revocation, lapse of time, failure of acceptor to fulfill condition, death or insanity of the proposal. Okay. Clear? Okay. Achha, then proposal also stands revoked if. Okay. So when basically there are 6 points, you can say these 4 are there, but there are 2 more points. So this point, if not accepted in prescribed mode, this is similar to this point. Okay. Not this one is failure of the acceptor to fulfill a condition precedent to acceptance. Okay. So this says, for example, I said this grade of mango. He did not give me that grade of mango. But here, if it is not accepted in prescribed mode, that is, I told you send me a letter and you have sent an email. So that is the point which is mentioned. Okay, you have to accept by the same mode, or if it is not mentioned, then by some reasonable mode. Okay, right? Then it also stands revoked if offered. Offered means the offeree. Another word for offeree is offered. Okay. Okay. Both are same. Fine. So the offered makes a counter offer. So if the other person makes a counter offer, it is if A has told B, okay, that sell me mangoes for rupees 1000. Okay. B said that no, I will sell you mangoes for 1500. Now he has changed the offer, right? So now he becomes the offerer, and this offer is no longer relevant. Okay, this offer now gets cancelled. This offer is cancelled. Now what happens is this has become an offer. This 1500, this is an offer, and he can accept it if he wants to. Okay, this is called as counter offer. ठीक है, यानी आपने दूसरा ऑफर अगर रख दिए तो पहला ऑफर कैंसिल हो जाता है, उसको क्या बोलते हैं? काउंटर ऑफर. ओके, फाइन. ठीक है. So now this is what we were talking about till now about offer. So now we have come to acceptance, the other party. Okay, ठीक है. So now uncommunicated offer cannot result in promise. Okay, so if you don't communicate the offer, it will not result in promise. ठीक है, फाइन. चलिए यहाँ पे व्हाट इज एक्सेप्टेंस. ठीक है, सो एक्सेप्टेंस मीन्स दिस इज अ डिक्शनरी मीनिंग. ओके, एडमिटिंग और एग्रीइंग टू समथिंग, स्ट्रेट फॉरवर्ड. ठीक है, टू एक्सीड टू और टू एक्सेप्ट समथिंग, डिक्शनरी मीनिंग है एक्सेप्टेंस का. ऑफर मस्ट बी फॉलोड बाय एक्सेप्टेंस. There was a case law, Supreme Court case law, where it has been said that offer must be followed after acceptance. ये केस लॉ का नाम याद रखना है आपको. You have to remember this. Havardar Perumal versus Union of India. ठीक है, Havardar Perumal versus Union of India. In this, the Supreme Court has said that offer can result in agreement only if it is accepted by words or acts. ठीक है, ऑफर को एक्सेप्ट करना जरूरी है. दिस थिंग सुप्रीम कोर्ट लेड डाउन इन दिस केस. ठीक है, ठीक है. थावरडार पेरुमल वर्सेस यूनियन ऑफ इंडिया. फाइन. चलिए, नाउ नेक्स्ट इज कम्युनिकेशन ऑफ एन एक्सेप्टेंस. ठीक है, अब हम बात करें ये, जस्ट बी केयरफुल, वी आर टॉकिंग अबाउट कम्युनिकेशन. ओके, right? So communication is different from actual acceptance. So communication of an acceptance is complete as against the proposer when it is put in a course of transmission to him. ठीक है, and out of power of the acceptor. ठीक है, okay. So acceptance का communication, acceptance कौन कर रहा है? Acceptance is being done by the offeree. Correct. So when it is complete as against the offeree, and when it is complete as against the offerer. ठीक है, first है against the offerer when it is put in a course of transmission and is out of power of the acceptor. ठीक है, तब it is complete against the proposer, but against the acceptor when it comes to the knowledge of the proposer. ठीक है, it is complete दोनों केस में. communication complete होने का is different. ठीक है, communication is complete as against the acceptor, communication of acceptance when it comes to the knowledge of the proposer. यानी इतने टाइम के अंदर he can revoke. What is the significance of communication when it is complete? Is within that time you can revoke it. ठीक है, against the proposer, ठीक है, when it is put in a course of transmission. So इससे पहले proposer revoke कर सकता है और इससे पहले acceptor revoke कर सकता है. Before this point proposer can revoke, ठीक है, और before this time acceptor can revoke. यानी here if I tell you say A and B, okay, this is offerer, B is offeree, okay, ये जो है, so B can revoke, he has ये acceptance letter है, he has posted, ठीक है, this is he has posted it, this is the post office, ठीक है, ये post office है, so B has posted, but it is complete against B when this reaches A, ठीक है, but it is complete against A, okay, it is complete against A at this point. The letter has reached him, and from here he has posted here. At this point of time, here, this point, right here, this point, here, it gets complete against A, and against B, it gets complete communication when the letter reaches A. Okay? Okay. Yes, so this is communication complete. Okay. Now, some important points relating to acceptance. Okay. Some important points relating to acceptance. One is ठीक है, so similar to offer, this is very similar to offer, ठीक है, points, valid points regarding offer जो देखे थे हमने, same for acceptance, ठीक है, both are letters only, right? So offer letter, acceptance letter, okay, it can be oral or in writing, ठीक है, expressed or implied, if method not prescribed in offer, except in usual or regular manner, okay, so if there is no method prescribed, just accept in a usual manner, ठीक है, और अनक्वालिफाइड, एब्सोल्यूट, ये भी ऑफर में भी देखे थे, राइट, एंड मस्ट करस्पॉन्ड टू ऑफर. कंडीशनल एक्सेप्टेंस बिकम्स रिजेक्शन ऑफ ऑफर, ठीक है, काउंटर ऑफर ऑल्सो रिजेक्शन, ठीक है, कंडीशनल एक्सेप्टेंस और काउंटर ऑफर बोथ आर रिजेक्शन ऑफ ऑफर, ठीक है, बट इन काउंटर ऑफर अदर पर्सन कैन एक्सेप्ट और रिजेक्ट, दैट वी नो, ओके, एंड मस्ट बी कम्युनिकेटेड, दो पॉइंट तो हमने देखे थे, राइट, इन ऑफर ऑल्सो, इट मस्ट बी कम्युनिकेटेड टू द ऑफरर, राइट, तो कैसे पता चलेगा, राइट, देन मियर साइलेंस नॉट एक्सेप्टेंस, ये केस लॉ में बोला गया था एक्चुअली, मियर साइलेंस इज नॉट एक्सेप्टेंस, देन एक्सेप्ट विद इन टाइम लिमिट इफ फिक्स्ड, राइट, और एट अ रीजनेबल टाइम, ओके, सो दीज आर द पॉइंट्स रिगार्डिंग एक्सेप्टेंस, बिल्कुल दिस इज बेसिक, बहुत ही बेसिक है, आपके ऑफर जैसा ही है बेसिकली, ओके, whatever is there in offer, okay, it is similar to that. Next point is revocation of acceptance, okay, any questions so far, koi questions, anything? Hindi students, I'm specifically saying Hindi because explanation is more in English, so, or anyone, any doubt anywhere, you can ask. You can also ask in the next class, okay, go through video, you might sometimes certain things might occur to you later and you can ask, okay. Now we are talking about revocation, taking back, ठीक है, revocation मतलब वापस लेना, revocation of acceptance, acceptance can be revoked at any time before its communication reaches the proposer, ठीक है, यानी communication in general जो है, till the communication is complete against you, you can revoke, ठीक है, ओके, तो यहाँ एक्सेप्टेंस की बात है, मैंने बताया था आपको, एक्सेप्टेंस में till it reaches the proposer he can revoke, but offerer when he can revoke till the acceptor has posted it in the post box. Okay, post box we are just saying post box because we are considering one mode of posting. Okay, he can use some other mode also, right? Fine. Communication of revocation is complete. Okay, as against the person who makes it. ठीक है, ये जो है this is again holds good for both of them. ठीक है, दोनों के लिए सेम ये है ऑफर एंड एक्सेप्टेंस के लिए. So as against the person who makes it when it is put in a course of transmission to be out of power of that person. ठीक है, so communication of revocation है ना, वो है कि when he has posted तभी हो जाएगा. ठीक है, okay, and as against the recipient when it comes to his knowledge. ठीक है, so there is a table. इसके बाद में we will in the next class I will take you through that table. Okay, इसमें offer, acceptance और revocation, communication भी and whole revocation, whole offer, whole acceptance, revocation of offer and acceptance or revocation of or communication of revocation. ठीक है, communication of offer, all these are summarized in one table. It will become very clear to you. ठीक है, next class में we will do that in the next class. ठीक है, so communication of revocation when it is complete against the person who makes it. ठीक है, when it is put in a course of transmission to be out of his power. ठीक है, or against the recipient when it comes to his knowledge. Okay, so I think we have, that's 8:30 now, so we will complete, we'll finish. This is the table which I said. Okay, this we will see tomorrow. Just revise till here, and this table will make it fully clear. So it's a short table, just have put everything together in a way that it will be easy to understand. Okay, once we go through this table, your offer side, acceptance side, communication, revocation, everything will be very clear. Okay, तो चलिए, so यहाँ पे I will just write continue from here. Okay, fine. Any question, anything you can ask me, or we can hang up. If you have any question, you can ask. No, so that's it then. Okay, I hope you have understood now how to log in using Zoom and all. Okay, it's fairly simple. So with the same class, we will meet tomorrow again at 6 o'clock. Okay, 6 to 9. Fine. And at 8:45, you have IDT. Anyone who is doing IDT, you can join at 8:45. 8:45. Okay. So thank you. That's it.